From the mud and the mist of Wessex, a king rose.
The 9th century was the age of the Vikings. Across Britain, the great heathen army swept aside all opposition, seeking plunder and land. Born to be a scholar, not a king, Alfred was driven by a deep love for learning and the fear of God. One by one, the ancient English kingdoms, Northumbria, East Anglia, Mercia, fell to the relentless Scandinavian tide. Wessex, the last free English kingdom, stood alone. Alfred was thrust into the fray, fighting alongside his brothers. In 871, Alfred inherited a kingdom on the brink of collapse and was immediately forced to pay tribute to survive. He bought time with gold, temporarily pausing the invasions to fortify his defenses and rebuild his shattered army. The truce failed. Driven from his strongholds, Alfred became a fugitive, hiding in the swamps of Somerset. Rallying his forces in secret, Alfred met the great heathen army at Edington, securing a decisive, desperate victory. The victory was complete. He forced the Viking leader, Guthrum, to convert to Christianity, cementing a fragile peace. The Treaty of Wedmore partitioned Britain, establishing the Danelaw but confirming Alfred's control of the English south and west. To secure his kingdom, Alfred conceived the Burgle system, a network of 51 strategically placed, fortified towns. The burghs acted as military garrisons and protected centers of trade, ensuring no part of Wessex was more than a day's ride from safety. He recognized the need to fight the Vikings on their own terms. He commissioned an early English navy with superior ships.
Alfred reformed the fyrd, ensuring half the army was always ready for battle, while the other half worked the fields, guaranteeing both security and food.
His organization and victories began to earn him the title he would forever carry: King of the Anglo-Saxons. With peace secured, Alfred turned to law. He compiled the Doom Book, a single code drawn from Saxon tradition and the Bible. His laws were guided by Christian principles, establishing a unified system of justice and defining the moral framework of his state. Alfred lamented the decline of learning. He launched a cultural revival, translating essential Latin texts into the common vernacular. He believed true kingship required wisdom. He personally translated key texts, making them accessible to his people.
Alfred decreed that all free-born men of property should learn to read English, elevating the native tongue to a language of scholarship.
He initiated the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle, the continuous recording of English history and a crucial act of national self-awareness.
Alfred was a thoughtful king, constantly battling illness and driven by a profound sense of duty to his people and the preservation of their culture. He built the administrative foundation that allowed his son and grandson to eventually conquer the Danelaw and create the single kingdom of England. He ruled for 28 years, saving his people from annihilation and fundamentally changing the character of his kingdom. Alfred died in 899, passing on a stable, defined kingdom and a strong sense of unified English identity to his successors. His personal relics, like the Alfred Jewel, are physical symbols of his reign, blending faith, art, and literacy.
The chronicle he inspired is the single most important source for the early history of England, a lasting gift to future generations. The Burse, the navy, and the reformed fyrd formed the defensive skeleton that protected England for the next century.
He remains the only English monarch ever to be designated the Great, an acknowledgement of his unique contributions to statecraft. He was the warrior king who saved his people, the scholar who saved their language, and the founder of the English state. Alfred the Great, the king who stood alone, and in doing so, created a nation.